Panda Anthem.
Ian, what's up?
Red Panda Anthem.
Red Panda, what's good?
Red Panda Anthem.
For the person, let's say they've been watching Market Mondays for a year and just now getting comfortable with stocks, and now you're talking about NFT, DAO, and crypto. What are the 5 books you think they should read? And then how many videos, when you were first getting into it, were you watching per day to give them like a blueprint or rubric for how to study?
Man, how many videos am I still watching per day? There's so much information in this
Tell
space.
them.
It's dangerous.
Because
Like,
people
a
think
lot.
you can just watch 4 or 5 videos and see a couple from Gary Vee and be like, I got it. That's not it. So take them through the actual process of how much time you're putting in.
So I don't even know how many hours, but every single day. Like every single day, because
15
there's so
videos?
much going on.
Give
I
them the
would
real
say
number.
per day, it's not even just a video because I read a lot of articles and threads too, right? Because I'm trying to not maximize and go through all of these details because there's a lot of details. I'm trying to find trusted sources of people. So this is what I would do is I will actually send a list, a top 10 resources, whether it's Twitter people to follow, because some of the greatest resources are on Twitter. Let's just be
Absolutely.
honest. The people who actually invested into this, what's the guy named Andrew
Horowitz.
Horowitz.
No, it's Ben Horowitz.
No, it's another person. I don't want to give him credit if he don't deserve the credit. I don't know who that is. He's one of the early investors into the Yuga Labs, right? So he has some great information. There's some books that I can recommend. I don't have them off the top of my head. You understand me? When it talks about the future of Bitcoin, because a lot of those ideas is what everybody is building off of right now. And I mean, you can go watch every TED talk that's ever been done on them until you get the idea and concept to where you can understand it for yourself. Because a lot of those are 5, 10, 13 years old before this space was actually developed out and was profitable. They were just talking about future mind models on how people can think about the space and start building on the space. But I think that, this space is moving fast. But at the same time, I think you should put in a solid 3 to 6 months worth of knowledge before you start to invest in this space. And 6 months may sound like a lot. You understand me? But it's not. Because even in that 6 months, as you're learning, things will still be turning. You understand me?
As you're learning, things will still be turning.
Yeah.
Andrew Throvalavas. Is that what you're talking about? The founder of Yuga Labs.
Yeah.
Andrew,
yeah. So I give him that credit for that one. Yeah. You understand me?
Let's do this before we run out of time. I told you this is a high level conversation, and it's important to have these high level conversations from time to time because we talk about a variety of different things. A lot of times we talk about stocks. Every single week we talk about stocks, and then like last week I talked about like basic financial planning tips as far as like life insurance, disability insurance, long term care, budgeting. We've covered the whole gamut, but it's important to have beginning conversations. It's also important to have advanced conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like you can't always dumb it down. Sometimes you have to take advanced classes. It's like you can only take beginner level algebra for so long before you start to just get comfortable being a beginner.
Yeah.
Like you gotta take the advanced. And if you're not even really ready for it, at least you have that level of conversation. You can go back, you can reference it, you can, use it, but it's important to have advanced conversations from time to time and not just, beginning level conversations. And not to say that we don't have advanced conversations before, but I'm just saying some people might not fully understand what's going on.
Take up the food chain.
Everybody that works in Apple don't know how to build an iPhone, but you understand me? They know how to play their part. And I say that for this exact reason, that when you're talking about high level conversations, you understand me? This is a whole machine and a whole new system. You understand me? And you don't have to be the smartest person in this, but if you all want to get in this as a field where you want to make it a career, make some money, pick one aspect that you want to learn and master. Just pick one aspect of it. Maybe it might be staking. I want to know every single thing about staking. It may be DAOs. You don't always have to figure out everything, but the person who works in the chip factory, the person who make the screens, all of that, that's how you bring a community together when at the end of the day, you have a beautiful finished product. You understand me? And I believe that the greatest way to learn is in a community because you have people that know more than you and know less than you. So you get the opportunity to teach and you get the opportunity to learn.
That's a fact. Right? Can we go to questions before we go to questions?
I was going to say in the words of Keys, man, it sounds foreign until it becomes familiar.
That's a fact.
And so it's high level, but grasp what you can now, study, do your research, right? And then as you become more familiar with it, the things that we said in the beginning will come to light. It's like, oh wait, I heard
And
that.
Cuban
before.
said the same thing last year.
Yeah.
Study everything because the world is changing. And the reason I was trying to press him for a number, as this world changes, there's not going to be any sympathy for people who get left behind and
It's
not
true.
able to take care of themselves. Like
I
the
fell
real-
asleep listening to an audiobook to prepare to this. All night long, that audiobook was playing in my dreams. I didn't know what they was talking about, but I woke up with more knowledge.
And sleep.
and I'll say that at least do
Content.
50 articles a week minimum.
And wrestle the bear. He wrestled the bear 8'6". That's what's my man?
Slap the bear.
What's my man? MMA fighter. Khabib wrestled the bear. He really wrestled the bear. So
As a child.
19 Keys is Malcolm X mixed with James Bond.
That's a fact.
Malcolm X mixed with
That's
James
true.
Bond.
Don't let them know that though. Some people
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah.
But I want people to understand this. Everything I don't know, I started from place. Everything that I know, I started from place of zero.
Yeah.
I'm just willing to learn difficult information so that I can have it simple enough to teach people in basic concepts. Because I know for a fact that if I learn this, it's a benefit for me.
Yeah.
And so anytime I get to a point of difficulty, I know on the opposite side of that is value and growth. So that's how they stop us from getting into it, is the barriers of entry. And then when it's time where they make it easy, they control the information and the narrative. You understand me? And so when you understand the root of it, you can decide what you want to do with it. You can decide what you want to build with it. But if you allow people to break it down in their simplest manner, they're also going to put their narrative, their spin, and their control in the information that they give. So either you find people that you really trust in this space and you follow them if you don't have time, and take the information.
But make the time though.
down,
Can we be real?
learn that.
Make the time.
Listen, I love that energy because at the end of the day, I think that we lazy. I think that and I love everybody here. Not everybody, I don't know everybody, but I love the energy of what we have here. I just like to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to like I'm spreading love and I ain't spreading the gospel. Right. But I love the idea that we have that everybody here, all 9,000 of you all, you're literally here to improve your life in some capacity. But you have to ask yourself this: am I doing 100% of everything that I can do to improve my life to be successful? You understand me? And then think about what percentage of, you understand me, time and energy you not putting into your success and improvement, right? So when you think about any single complaint on any day of the week, think about what you did in the last 365 days to get to here. You created every circumstance of your complaints.
Absolutely.
So Ian is 100% correct. We are this is the most interesting, innovative, inventive, dangerous time ever in human history, I believe. And if you take the time to want to be one of those ones that's at the top, that come out this where your family is in a beautiful space and y'all really, that wealth word is not just a buzz, but it's a reality on how you manage your life, then that means you do have to put in, you understand me, 5 to 10 hours a day. And that may look like a lot only because we are so used to entertaining ourselves. And education becomes draining because we're not used to adding value. So when I don't want to add value to myself and I want to be lazy, then I'm going to entertain myself, right? But procrastination is the abortion clinic of ideas.
And the only reason I tell you guys to do this is because the one-step parent automation, for those who've been reading, inflation has gotten so high that they may have to force a recession. The banks may have to. So they may have to ease up on lending and make the standards so high that they actually cause a recession to get spending under control because they let the money flow for so long. So now if you have automation, crypto, DAOs, NFT, new business model, Web3, what's the first thing that's going to happen? Black employment is going to go through the floor and they're going to say, we gave you guys an ample opportunity.
But I also want to say this. It's not so much about trying to be the smartest. I want to say this. It's
Absolutely.
about developing that creativity.
Mhm.
That's going to be more important to me. That's the most important. Because I think the key that I have more than anything, it ain't my intellect, it's my creativity. When bro hit me about the ticket, it wasn't my intelligence that went in play, it was my creativity.
Yeah.
You understand me? I thought about all of the pieces that I can use as resources. And I said, well, this is an issue. You can't make it to the game 1 hour. Do we got to eat that cost? Or what do we have that we can use? Wait a minute. I can use an NFT. I can connect that to my platform. We can blast it out. We can get it sold. It creates an experience. Number one, it's a win-win. It wasn't about intelligence. It was about creativity in that moment.
And execution.
This that. Red Panda Anthem.
Ian, what's up?
This that. Red Panda
Panda, what's good?
Red panda anthem.
It's your
Whole
boy.
clique going up. I know they can't stand it.